Hello, everyone. We hope everyone has had a wonderful Christmas break. To our producers, to our fans, we wish everyone a very happy new year and stay safe. Hope we have a great conversation on Coffee Talk. 5 musicians in history have crossed into billionaire territory, and today Beyonce just became the latest to join this exclusive club. But the path she took to get there might surprise you.
The timing of this milestone is fascinating, especially considering how she's completely transformed what it means to be an artist entrepreneur.
You know what really stands out? She's only the 5th musician ever to reach this level, joining Rihanna, Taylor Swift, Bruce Springsteen, and Jay-Z. And when you look at the numbers, her journey there is unlike any theirs.
Speaking of Jay-Z, the two of them together are just mind-blowing. His $2.5 billion combined with her newly minted billionaire status makes them music's ultimate power couple.
Well, let's break down how she actually built this fortune. Unlike many artists who rely solely on music sales, she maintained control of her catalog. That's actually been one of her smartest moves.
That Cowboy Carter tour really shows her business savvy. I mean, $450 million from tickets and merchandise alone. That's not just performing, that's creating an entire experience.
And here's what's fascinating about her approach. She's diversifying in completely unexpected ways. The launch of Secret, her hair care brand, wasn't just another celebrity product line. It was a calculated entry into a market she deeply understands.
You know what's really interesting about that? Even her whiskey label and that $10 million Levi's collaboration tie perfectly into her recent country music evolution.
Speaking of that country pivot, that's where things get really interesting. She didn't just enter the genre, she's completely redefining it while maintaining her identity. And those Grammy wins, they tell us something important about how the industry is changing.
35 Grammy Awards now, right? And finally getting that album of the year for Cowboy Carter, that feels like a real turning point.
That emotional Grammy speech when she broke the record really revealed something crucial about her character. The way she thanked everyone, from her family to the queer community, showed how she sees her role as bigger than just entertainment.
Those vulnerable moments really humanize her success story, especially when she mentioned her Uncle Johnny's influence.
Well, looking at her 2-decade journey, what's remarkable is how she's maintained relevance while constantly evolving. From Destiny's Child to country music, that's not just adaptation, that's reinvention.
The way she manages her public image throughout these transitions is pretty brilliant, too. She's mastered selective visibility in an age of oversharing.
You know what's actually crucial about that strategy? By carefully controlling her public appearances and social media presence, she's created this aura of exclusivity that increases demand for everything she touches.
And look at how she's influenced the entire industry. From surprise album drops to visual albums, she's changed how artists approach their work.
Let's talk about those live performances for a moment. The production value of her tours has completely reset expectations. Other artists have had to totally rethink their approach to live shows because of the standards she's set.
And she's done all this while raising 3 children and maintaining her marriage. That's pretty extraordinary when you think about it.
The timing of her business moves is fascinating too, like launching Secret right when conversations about black hair care and beauty standards were at their peak. That's not coincidence, that's strategy.
Just like her entry into country music, she didn't just release an album, She created a cultural moment that's opening doors for other artists of color.
Well, here's what's particularly impressive about her business approach. She treats setbacks as learning opportunities. When Ivy Park faced challenges, she didn't let that define her fashion ventures. Instead, she adapted and found new paths forward.
That resilience really speaks to her business acumen, doesn't it? Each venture seems to inform the next one.
Looking at the broader impact, she's created this blueprint for other artists, especially women and artists of color, showing them how to build sustainable wealth and influence in the industry.
And she's done it while maintaining her artistic integrity. That's probably why her fan base remains so loyal.
You know what's really remarkable about this $1 billion milestone? It's not just about personal wealth, it's about redefining what's possible in the entertainment industry. She's shown that with vision, strategy, and authenticity, you can transcend traditional boundaries.
And something tells me this is just another chapter in what continues to be an incredible story of innovation and influence.
Hope next. On our show this morning, we have to talk about this movie I saw this week. Brad Pitt's latest film, F1, isn't just about racing. It's a $200 million meditation on what happens when Hollywood's aging lions refuse to leave the track. And the timing couldn't be more perfect given Pitt's own career crossroads.
You know what's fascinating about that parallel? The way they position his character, Sonny Hayes, as this veteran driver, getting one last shot mirrors Pitt's current situation in Hollywood almost too perfectly.
Exactly. And let's talk about how they set this up. You've got Sonny, a former racing star who crashed spectacularly 30 years ago, getting recruited by his old rival, Ruben Cervantes, to help save this struggling racing team. The whole thing feels like it's screaming metaphor.
The way they establish the stakes is pretty interesting too. This APXGP racing team hasn't scored a single point all season. Their cars can't compete with Ferrari or McLaren, and they're stuck with this young hotshot driver who cares more about his Instagram following than winning races.
Speaking of that young driver, Damson Idris as Joshua Pierce, there's something really loaded about how they handle that relationship. It's not just about racing styles, it's about two completely different approaches to fame and success in the modern era.
And doesn't it feel a bit problematic how they frame that generational divide? The wise older white veteran teaching the young black hotshot about real racing. It's like they didn't quite think through those implications.
That's exactly what bothered me. The film seems stuck between wanting to be this commentary on modern celebrity culture while falling back on some pretty dated storytelling tropes, though I have to say, the racing sequences themselves are absolutely spectacular.
Oh my God. Yes, the technical achievement here is remarkable, as the way they combine Hans Zimmer's score with Claudio Miranda's cinematography creates this incredibly immersive experience. You really feel like you're in that cockpit.
And that opening sequence at Daytona, with the peanut butter and jelly sandwiches and the ice water face dunk and the pull up set to Whole Lot of Love, that promised a much grittier, more intimate look at racing than what we ultimately got.
Well, that's where you can really see the influence of Joseph Kosinski's direction, right? He's trying to recreate that Top Gun Maverick magic, but something's not quite clicking the same way.
You know what's interesting? The movie runs 156 minutes, but moves at such a breakneck pace that you barely feel it. Though I wonder if that speed comes at the cost of deeper character development, especially with the supporting cast.
Like Carrie Condon's character, Kate. Here's this brilliant technical director who should be crucial to the story, but she's reduced to this one-dimensional potential love interest that never goes anywhere.
And let's talk about how they handled the actual racing strategy in the film. For all its technical excellence in capturing the excitement of F1, did you ever really understand what made Sonny's racing approach so special? It feels like they glossed over a lot of the actual mechanics of the sport.
That's such a good point. It's like they're counting on the audience being so caught up in the spectacle that they won't question the logic behind some of these racing sequences.
You know what this reminds me of? It's like watching someone try to solve an equation about staying relevant in Hollywood through the medium of a racing movie. The film's strengths and weaknesses mirror the very challenge it's trying to address.
That's a fascinating way to look at it. Do you think that's why they chose F1 specifically? Because it's this perfect blend of old school glamour and cutting edge technology?
Exactly. And it's interesting how they position this against other racing films. It's not trying to be as philosophical as Le Mans or as emotionally resonant as Ford v Ferrari. It's almost like they're creating this new hybrid that reflects our current moment in entertainment.
Well, that brings us back to the central question. Is being entertaining enough when you're Brad Pitt trying to reassert your relevance in today's Hollywood?
And that's really the heart of it, isn't it? The film is wrestling with the same questions as its star. How do you balance pure entertainment with substance? How do you stay relevant while staying true to your established persona? It's like watching an identity crisis play out at 200 miles per hour.
Looking at it that way, maybe the film's somewhat mechanical nature makes more sense. It's like watching someone try to engineer their way back to the top of the podium.
You know what's going to be really interesting? Seeing how audiences respond to this. Because while the film might not be perfect, it's tapping into something very real about how we view aging stars and what we expect from our entertainment. Whether that resonates or not could say a lot about where Hollywood is headed.